Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here. Good morning and welcome to Xplane Dedicated. It's been an expensive weekend. I'll see you after the intro.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend direct.
521 ready, cleared right, let's go.
Well, as I said, it's been an expensive weekend at Xplane Dedicated, but I've got quite a few things to tell you about, and I think we'll get straight into it. The first thing is Xplane 1041. Yeah, Xplane 1041. At the moment, I'm feeling a little like the classic drunk, you know, 4 steps forward, 3 steps back, and that's what it's been like a little bit with Xplane 1040 Run. Now, finally got a release candidate, and I believe that it's now 1041, although my Xplane tells me that I'm on 1041. But then again, it could be lying, who knows? There's been that many revisions, it's really hard to sort out. A number of problems have been occurring, but I think they've been all sorted out. We really need to see. And so, once again, I'm going to be saying, I think if you've got 1036 and it's stable, then stay with it, see what happens, and in a couple of weeks, if 1041 stays as 1041, then download it. If you've already updated to 1041, then you may find that there are a few issues with other aircraft, other applications and plugins. I mean, I've noticed that I've been getting some micro stutters and pauses with black screens, etc., etc. All of these issues, I think, are more to do with third-party aircraft, and there are patches required. Flight Factor, they released 2 patches this weekend, one for the 777 and one for the 757. Ostensibly, they're just patches that prevent that nag screen from coming on and telling you that XP bases are not supported. So that's it, essentially. There is going to be a large update for the 757 that we are aware of, and we'll wait to see that. Classic Jet Simulations World Traffic 2. Now, a few weeks ago, I said that I couldn't see a need for this because I fly online all the time. But I need to thank Nicholas from Xplane.org for his continued support of Xplane Dedicated, and as a result I got World Traffic 2 from Classic Jet Simulations at the beginning of the weekend. Now, I will say to you straight away that the thing that you must do is you must watch the tutorial by Thomas Rasmussen. Okay, Thomas Rasmussen has created a fantastic tutorial. I'll put a link in the description notes below, and you need to watch that. The installation of World Traffic 2 is not that difficult, but there are a number of folders to move around into different places, and if you get it wrong, as I did, then you're going to have a few problems. I do need to say thank you to Emma Bentley for helping me out on that and just sorting that out. My problem, of course, was I did watch Thomas Rasmussen's tutorial, but I didn't watch it all the way to the end because I thought, I know what I'm doing here, and of course that messed up slightly. Now, there are already some flight routes created, and you can get these from Xplane.org, okay, and you do need to download a model set as well. I'm not going to say what that is because it's all explained within the tutorial, and you must watch Thomas's tutorial. It's a fantastic film. As I say, I'll put the link below and you'll be able to see that. I'm going to put a couple of pictures in here now just to show you the amount of traffic that can be generated, and you've got a radar screen that you can look at, and what is really neat about that is that on the radar screen you click on an aircraft and then go to camera view, and it takes you to that aircraft. It is very, very clever piece of software. It's a lot better than I thought it was. If you fly online all the time, then you don't need it. If you fly offline, then it's great. Trouble is, though, you could get caught up in a line of traffic waiting to take off. So that that is World Traffic 2. I just want to talk about FSGRW, that's FS Global Real Weather. This is an add-on that came out a few weeks ago, and I only got it last week. I just want to mention one thing. Already I've been totally blown away with the weather depiction in it. The other evening I was flying down to northern Italy. As I was approaching Rome Fiumicino, a thunderstorm developed. Now, I've heard thunderstorms in Xplane before, but now they are so different. It is unbelievable. You hear the rumble of thunder and it continues. And you know there's bad weather around, and then you look on the weather radar, and the weather radar is like bright red and bright, and really, really scary. But then on top of that, when the lightning happens, this is to do with FSG Real Weather, so FS Global Real Weather and SkyMax Pro, the ground lights up. So you see you hear the rumble of thunder, you see the flash of lightning, and the ground below you, depending on what flight level you're at. I mean, I was on final approach, and everything lights up. You get a flash of everything lighting up in the night time. Absolutely staggeringly beautiful to watch. It's actually quite scary because you know you're flying through storms. You can see your weather radar. Do you go around and hope that the weather will blow away? FS Global Real Weather is a must-buy for anybody. I recommend it for anybody. If you've got Xplane, then you must get it because it changes the whole aspect of it. Talking about Xplane, something was discovered at the very end of the week by a user whose name I will find out, and I'll put a link to his thread in the description below. But a user found out that the engine torque on GA aircraft, propeller aircraft, is being calculated twice within Xplane, which means there is double the amount of torque on turboprops and props than there should. And this is something that has been missed in Xplane 10 since the very beginning, since the very first release of Xplane 10 back in 2012. The user, he wrote to somebody else who would write to Austin Mayer, who had direct access to Austin Mayer, to point this out. And not only did they point this out, but they actually pointed out where they found out about it and how they found out about it, yeah, and also the solution. So it's a really incredible piece of detective work by this individual, because nobody realised that engine torque was being calculated twice, and so there was twice the torque on the engine and the effect of the aircraft. Nobody knew this. Austin Mayer has actually admitted, yes, you're right, and thank you for identifying this. This is something that I hadn't seen, or any of the other developers hadn't seen. They just didn't notice it. So deep within the code, deep within Xplane code, this particular user found this. It did some incredible investigative work, and what that points to more than anything is the open source nature of Xplane, and how, you know, the user, any user, once they've gotten into Xplane and how it works and being able to use the SDK and look at the code, can actually figure stuff out. So top marks for that user. I will find his name, and I'll put it in the description below. So my other purchase this weekend was the A320 Sound Set from Blue Sky. And now there's been a lot of discussion about this 320 Sound Set, and I have to say that this is brilliant. It's one of the best things that I've purchased in recent weeks. It is absolutely incredible. Here we are at Canberra once again, and I'll get on to Canberra. The reason why I'm using Canberra today is because it's a freeware airport, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But here we are at Canberra, and there's my British Airways Landor livery. Landor livery has been done by Emma Bentley at in the A320. Okay, so let's get inside. What is so good about this is the amazing depth and quality of the sound set. I've been on a lot of Airbus aircraft in the real world, I have to say. Not I was going to say not out of choice, but it is out of choice. But I've been on a lot of Airbus aircraft, and at certain points when I went through the startup procedure of this, at certain points the sounds I was hearing are exactly like the ones in the real world. Now, I live in Cardiff, and if the wind is in the right direction, I am under the flight path of departing aircraft. Okay, I live about 12 miles away. No, not that far. I live about 7 miles away from the airport, but if on the other side of Wenvo Hill. Now, if the wind is in the right direction, the aircraft take off the right way, they will fly over my house. And I have heard many Airbus aircraft fly over my house, and there's a very distinctive howl, whistle, whine of the Airbus engines, and these engines sound exactly like that. So I thought what I would do is I would try and go through the startup procedure as quickly as possible, and I hope you hear all the sounds adequately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I turn the volume right up on the Xplane system, and we'll try and go through this. Now, I hope it comes across okay. It certainly does for me when I'm sat at home here with my headset on. So we'll turn on the battery. So what I want you to listen to is the switches and the buttons. You hear that then? So you've got like that double click. Okay. I'll just do it. Now, they've even changed the sound of that. Listen. It's the click of the switches. So everything that's been changed. I'm just going through this really quickly. Because I haven't got that. We've got plenty of film time. Oh. There we are. So you can hear the APU running. Let's go outside.
The cockpit is too hot.
So you got a wonderful 3D sound. So as you move away, it goes quieter. As you zoom in, it gets louder. So that's the APU running. Okay. So let's just come down here. Hear that silent double click sound? It's absolutely, it really is superb. Everything has been and apparently all recorded from the real aircraft. Okay, so the flaps open. Let's start the engines. Let's just make sure we've got everything going here. Oops. Alright. So
starting engine 2.
Hear the difference in tone? There you go. Start engine 1.
Starting engine 1.
So the APU is still running as well. Both engines are running. So let's turn off the APU. There we go. It's saying engine flex temperature not set. That's because I haven't done it, but we're just doing. So if I throttle up,
The cockpit is too hot.
excuse me. So there you have it. A beautiful sounds, absolutely lovely. I think this is a masterclass in producing sounds. They've really gone to town on this. Recorded from the original aircraft, so all recorded from a Airbus A320, and I think it's brilliant. When you get the set, they have settings recommendation sound set. So they recommend how you set it all up in terms of sound. So if I just show you here. That's the recommendations. So engines internal 100, engines external 100, first officer 30, flight attendant 30, master volume 100, Xplane sounds on. So you know, they give you even settings, etc. So I think it's really good. It's well done, and guess how much it costs. £13.07. I haven't worked out what that is in dollars or euros, but £13.07. Now, I know that there are lots of sim users out there who, maybe can't afford to buy stuff every week. The demographic of flight simulation is such that the main purchasers are between a particular age, two particular age ranges. So younger people who may not have access to finances, may find it difficult to buy everything. But for £13.07, that's not going to take you an awful lot of time to save that money, and it's well worth it. So I highly recommend this sound set. I think it's probably one of the best sound sets I've heard for an awful long time on any aircraft or any platform. So that is the A320 Sound Set by Blue Sky, £13.07. Bargain. Well, we're coming almost to the end of the vlog today, and it's been, as always, a pleasure doing these for you. But I also know that at the beginning of the vlog I said it was an expensive weekend for me, and it was an expensive weekend really, but if it wasn't for the continued support of developers, Xplane.org, Flight Factor, Jar Design and numerous others, guys like me wouldn't be able to do what we do, which is provide a service for you. So I really want to say thank you from really the bottom of my heart to all of those people who continue to support Xplane Dedicated, working together myself using what little finances I have, and with the help of developers reaching out, then Xplane Dedicated will continue long into the future as far as I'm concerned. As long as my health is okay, then Xplane Dedicated is okay. So we'll see you all soon, and take care.
November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend direct.
521 ready, cleared.